I'm David Gordon. I'm the author of this book, The Wildlife, which comes out today, and which is the fourth in a series of books about a character named Joe, who has a regular job as the bouncer of a strip club out by JFK Airport, but he also has a secret sideline as a fixer for various New York underworld figures who call on him for things that normal people would call the police for, like suspected terrorists or bomb threats or serial killers, which is what he's tracking in this book. And today we're going to go around and visit some of the spots where I've set various scenes in this book and the series to just kind of do a little tour of Joe's New York. Back is stop one, which is fitting because this is where the main character Joe lives and grew up. It's also coincidentally where I'm from. This is Jackson Heights, Queens. I was born in Elmhurst Hospital close by and spent my childhood living in this very building. So maybe there'll be a plaque here someday, not quite yet. But let's take a quick look around the neighborhood. I always forget how incredibly loud this neighborhood is. You've got the L trains running over and all of this hammering. But yeah, I learned how to ride a bicycle in the parking lot of that bank. And that theater you glimpsed around the corner, that was originally, I think, like a classy neighborhood theater called the Eagle or the Earl, Eagle maybe. And then it became a porn theater in the 70s, of course. Then it became a Bollywood theater in the 80s, and now apparently it's a restaurant. So there you go, it's the classic sort of New York evolution.
And let me...
It's like normally if you only got like 1 million, it's still... But the only thing about it is audio-wise, I probably need to be pretty close, right? Okay, so now we're at the Diamond District here on 47th Street in Manhattan. And I mean, what's amazing about this place is a vast majority of all of the diamonds and gems that come into the United States come down this one street. So it's basically like a giant bank vault almost. And I used to teach classes, including leading the discussion of the Proust Society at the Center for Fiction in the old Mercantile Library. So I would walk from this subway station back and forth regularly, and like everybody, or maybe not everybody, I would often think, how would you rob one of these places? And part of the problem is, as you can see, the kind of traffic that we have here, no kind of I mean, how could you get away, right? Like, so here we go. So that's why I sort of concocted this whole elaborate armored car robbery that actually features in the hard stuff, which is the second of the Joe books. All right, we'd sit around reading all day or walking around. Although it was early, that's what it was. That world starts early.
Yeah.
This one is really going to be about tomorrow. I feel like something just changes. Hi, so here we are in the West Village, the far West Village, and the old meatpacking district, which, as you can see, this is one of the last holdouts of that old area. And I actually lived in this neighborhood around 1990 maybe, and it was still someplace where if you went out for a late night or early morning bite, you might see guys in bloody aprons. Hold on, they're playing our song. Well, you heard a lot of that. And you also might see guys in bloody aprons standing at the counter next to other guys in leather chaps, right? It was that kind of neighborhood. It was the meatpacking industry and also the sex trade. And all along these piers, all kinds of stuff was going on. It was a big cruising scene, but there was also a lot of graffiti and underground art being done in these old wrecked buildings. I actually remember one time riding bikes with some friends of mine, and we found these flyers that were like an invite for a party on a boat, and we came out to one of these piers and there was a gangplank and there was a bouncer standing there, and he looked at our invites and said, "Where'd you get these?" And we were honest and said, "We found them in the street." And he said, "Okay," and just let us on. I don't even, to this day, I don't know what that party was about, but we got to go on this boat ride around Manhattan. So, and so this whole area plays a big part in this book, part of which revolves around a battle to turn some of this space into a big real estate development. And that was vaguely inspired by Hudson Yards, which is quite a bit north of here, but which was particularly controversial because it was the last sort of big open space. So yeah, another area steeped in checkered history. Thanks. You want me to come forward, or are you going to come in? Hi, this is the Fulton Street bathhouse down in the Wall Street area. It's an old Russian banya. And as you can see, all the pro-Ukraine stuff that's up. And actually, if you went down here, I think the signs are in Russian, Hebrew, and English. And there's a bunch of these old bathhouses around New York. I like this one because I think the sauna is actually built into like the foundation of the building. It's like rock down there. And they also have really good food. And these places, I kind of combined a couple of them, but they're the inspiration for probably the bloodiest single scene in any of these Joe books in Against the Law, when Joe and his colleague Yelena have to go and deal with a bunch of Russian mob guys, and because you have to basically get naked to get in, they can't bring any guns or anything with them. So, but this is a classic place. And yeah, I love coming here for a schwitz, and no one's ever been stabbed when I've been here in real life. Thanks. All right, well, thanks for coming on this little tour, and check out the book if you get a chance. I'm gonna jump on the train and go out to Brooklyn, but we'll save that for another time. And have a great day, and thanks for coming along. Bye.